What's up? We're live.
How's things, guys? Listen, Jay here from the Elite Fitness and Performance Academy. Now, only the other day I had a friend ask me, is personal training even a real job? And I think there's this misconception going around that, personal trainers are only for young guys or girls who just want to wear tracksuits and float around the gym all day. And it is a great career opportunity. Now, this guy was really worried. He was kind of in a similar situation myself when I first got started. He was in college. He'd finished college and he got, let's say, a real job, it was accountancy. And he was asking me what possibilities, are out there, what could he potentially earn as a PT. So I took out a pen and paper and we ran through a few numbers for him. And guys, stick with us till the end and I'm going to show you some of those numbers. So just to give you a little background, as I said there, this guy had gone through college. He'd got a job in an accountancy firm which he wasn't happy with. He wasn't fulfilled in any way, shape or form. And it was a similar kind of scenario to myself. I went to college, studied engineering.
That long you forgot?
Yeah, it was that long ago, I did forget. So, went through, done engineering, structural engineering, came out the other side and got a job working with Dunleary Rathdown County Council. And, no disrespect to anybody there, but it was a little bit mind-numbing. I was sitting there at a desk, sometimes you're out on site, sometimes you're behind the desk, and you're basically looking at the clock, when it was going to be 5 o'clock, when was it going to be 6 o'clock, when could I get out of here? And this guy, Paul, was in a similar situation. So what I done, as I said, we took out a pen and paper. I'm going to show you exactly what I did with Paul here. So Sean, shift on over to the whiteboard here. Now we get questions from people all the time when they're looking to find out anything about the fitness industry. And what we've done was put together our most frequently asked questions, which is in this link below. So it's well worth the read to check out. So as I said, most trainers when they're first starting off, if they work for themselves or they work for somebody else, they're going to probably do a combination of one-on-one training or classes. So kind of what I fleshed out for Paul was that combination of classes and one-on-one. And what we kind of wrote out here for him was a 6-month plan, starting off at 0 when you come in and do the course with ourselves here at Elite, all the way to kind of like halfway through a year. So hopefully you can see this. If not, Sean, just moving it a little bit.
Yeah, far and closer just so you can see.
What we kind of said is from 0 to 2 months, the goal of Paul here was going to be to start up classes, and he was going to try and get at least 10 people in those classes, guys, and he was going to charge €100 per month. In terms of personal training, we're kind of saying, listen, if you're hustling, if you're out there working hard, you can probably pick up one client a week, one client every 2 weeks. So we're going to say, at the end of a month, or at the end of those 2 months, he has 4 new clients. Now, on average, a client's going to train between 2 and 3 sessions a week. So we kind of lowballed it. We said this client is going to train 2 sessions a week. And in terms of price, guys, there's all sorts of crazy prices out there. I mean, I've heard personal training starting off at like €25 a session. Some of this is going to be demographic, depending on where you live, all the way up to 100, 200, 300. I even know of a guy in New York. Now listen, obviously it's not the same as Dublin. He's charging $1,000 an hour to train somebody. So there's a big spectrum out there. But we kind of put a price of €40 per session. So at the end of month number 2, he's getting €1,000 for classes and 1,280 for his personal training clients. So you're looking at about 2,280 per month, okay? Which is probably a little bit less than his current salary position, but at the same time, he's been able to take himself out of that job, which is unfulfilling. So we roll on month 3 and month 4. So he's going to pick up about another 1, 2, maybe even 3 clients in terms of his classes if he's doing a good job. So again, in terms of his PT clients, they're after doubling up over the course of 2 months. So he's 8 PT clients training twice a week and he's charging the exact same amount. So that's going to look like $1,200 for classes and $2,560 for his PT sessions. Now again, guys, roll that on another few months. Marketing is getting a little bit better. Some results are going out there. People are starting to know his name in the area. So in terms of these classes, we've kept it down, okay? It's not crazy here. I know guys would have like 50 people in the class, so we're keeping it sensible, training Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He's got 15 people doing his classes, again, at €100 a month. His PT clients have gone up from 8 up to around 10, okay? Again, training twice a week at €40 per session. So it's €1,500 for his classes. It's 3,200 for his PT clients, working out at about 4,700 a month. Now, guys, let's take into account There's a little bit of money being spent on marketing, depending on what type of marketing you're doing. Maybe you're renting space out of another facility. Maybe you are renting a local hall. Let's take €700 out of here, okay? For rent and for a little bit of marketing. So at the end of 6 months, there's a potential that he's coming out with about $4,000 a month. Now remember this, guys. If you were even doing half of this, would that be successful for you? Would you be happy with that, okay? If you were able to take yourself out of the job which was unfulfilling, would that be worth it for you? You know, if you were able to go into a job each day, and I can put my hand in my heart and say, you never look at the clock and worry, you know, about, oh my God, you know, I'm finished working an hour, I'm not finished working an hour, I need that type of stuff. I mean, would you be happy at the end of that? So again, as I said, you know, I'm quite logical in the way I do things, and Paul coming from an accountancy background, he's very logical in the way he does things. And I know when I was looking to get into the fitness industry, I've done a huge amount of research. So you've got all these questions running through your head at the moment, you know, what course to pick, is it reps qualified, what certs do I get, can I travel with this, what exercise do you do, what about nutrition? Because we've answered all those questions and the most frequently asked questions. So do me a favour, click on the link, have a read through those questions, and if you've got any questions for us, if there's any way we can help, click on the information on that link, and either myself, Sean, or somebody in the office, one of the team, will be able to contact you. Now again, guys, just before we finish up here, you know, every day we help people just like you get into the fitness industry, and you can see out here, there's some of the guys, both PTs and fitness instructors, who are doing exactly what you want to be doing on a day-to-day basis.
Doing their thing.
Doing their thing. Guys, give us a wave on the old camera there, you to be famous. You.
They're already famous.
They're already famous.
Insta
So guys, exactly as we said there, listen.
Say hello to John Matthews, Fran Draper, Gavin Parr, David Dunn.
How think, guys, as we said, you know, now look at, you know, for some people these numbers might look, fuck, that's crazy. Again, you've got to work. Nothing comes to anybody for free. If you do put in the hard work though, this was 100% possible. And again, as I said, if you're logical like me, you're going to have a million and one questions run through your head. So do us a favour, click that link, and if there's any way we can help you, we'll see you on the other side. Thanks, peace out, bitches.